Oh. Oh my gosh. No. I'm having such a crazy morning, aren't I always? Guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Kenganyama, popularly known as Chaos Darling. If you're new here, a very warm welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining. It's a Sunday, so I'm getting ready for church. I'm in a good mood, actually. You know, we thank God, because that's not always the case. But I am running a bit late, so I'm gonna set 2 times. Hey, oh gosh, my bitch is like, oh gosh. Okay, let me do it much. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, set an alarm for me for 7:30, okay? Hey Siri, set an alarm for 7:30. Then Siri, set another alarm for 8. Already tired, but it's a bit early and I did sleep a bit late. Haven't been sleeping so well these days. My mind has just been at like unrest a little bit, but I'm gonna be using these masks from Topicals. Never used them before and I've always been wanting to. Oh, they feel good. They feel so cooling. When I think about you, I think about giving myself to you. I have my friend's birthday dinner tonight and I just want to make that really cute for her. And then I also have yeah, I got a Van Cleef bracelet when I was in Paris, so I'm gonna unbox that for you guys. Like I was saying this prayer, right? This prayer that my mom said, and I just like it stuck with me. That like you know, thank you for everything that I have. Thank you for everything that I want, but I don't have yet. But thank you for everything that I have, that I want, but don't have. You know, and I just think of the times that you know I wanted certain things, but when I look back on it now, and I'm just like, oh my God, thank God that didn't happen back then. You know. So God's timing is really, really perfect, and I'm so happy to be in a space and position where it's easy for me to trust his plan, because sometimes like it isn't, you know. So I'm just really grateful for, you know, God's protection over my life in that way, that I actually can't have some of the things that I want sometimes, because child, kind of get on. This week has just gone through a lot. Ugh. You know what? And this is one of my favorite wigs. It got damaged so quickly and I kind of just like will never get over that, you know, because in as much as like sometimes like you can buy new hair, but I feel like wigs are kind of just like, they have stories. They have a story. This wig has its own story. And I guess like over time it's just gotten like really, really pretty, but it's kind of damaged. I'm just managing what to do again. I wash my wigs at Saks, right? And I realized that, you know, sometimes like we think like installing is so complicated, but if your wig is washed and styled, set in a certain way after the wash, then kind of makes it easy for you to like lay yourself at home. So if you are looking for a plug, you guys should definitely drop off your wigs at Saks Beauty. A wash is like $250 and a treatment is like $380. I think that's such a fair price because, you know, they use like really great products, and my wigs just come back looking snatched all the time, and it just really makes my life easier. Because if I had to still sit down and straighten this wig, and just like that, my wig is snatched. My wig is on. Yeah, I kind of started dating last year already, but I kind of like just stopped because I felt very overwhelmed, you know, like the manner in which I was going about it was like overwhelming me. And I think at that time I kind of just was dating to get over like the maybe just the disappointment and attachment of like my previous relationship, and I just needed like a space filler real bad, and it wasn't giving, because it was giving like desperate, and it was giving like I kind of felt like I had high standards, but it was giving like ultimatum, it was giving demanding, it was giving like you're not giving us enough space to like breathe type of thing. And I didn't like that, so I kind of just like took a step back to regroup, because I was just like, hey son, this is too much. But during that process I kind of have met people, not even like looking for people, but like just met people that I either already know, and we're just kind of having like different conversations, and it's kind of cool, you know, but kind of overwhelmed because I'm just like, oh my god, I'm ready for this. Like I really like being alone. Like I've just gotten to a space where I've just I really like being by myself. I know what to do, like I know my vibe, and I'm kind of like in a bit of a selfish era, which I really like, because I've just also gotten to a point where I'm just like, you know what, I shouldn't really need a nigga like that. Like, y'all drain my energy for real. Yeah, but I'm kind of really enjoying like the interaction, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'm gonna like open myself up to the conversation, but I am putting this wig down. I literally will not. I refuse. I'm just gonna manage it. See, is anyone else just as extra as me? I literally want to take a photo for my story. I'm like, I have a pink band, let me get that. Singulate. I feel like this was a good amount of time. Thank you for that. Can you guys see a difference? I feel like I look more alive, more awake. Y'all let me know in the comment section. I'm loving the NARS foundation. I feel like I've been wearing it for years now. It just gets me, Sana, and I'm so happy that NARS is finally an SM. Look, let me tell you something about me. I'm the type of person that I don't really like admin. I will never ask someone to buy something for me abroad, just because it's just too much work. But this foundation, I had to ask my friend to get it for me, because it was just, life was just not the same without it type of thing. So it was one of those. It's a real goodie. Skin correct concealer. Alright. The star of the show. A lot of questions about my under eye. Like in person, people are always asking me like, why aren't you creasing? Like, why is your under eye not creasing? And I'm gonna show you what I do, because I've been doing this for months now, and the girls never failed me. In case you're my skin tone, this is a much lighter concealer. So Tuto, my friend, uses this concealer, and it's very light, but it does what it needs to do for me. Okay, So if you're not afraid of risks and taking risks and being bold, putting yourself out there, then I use the shade 320. But if you are just like, you know, of a fairer skin tone and just like a bit of a pop, then you should use this. I always tell Tutu she can definitely go lighter, but she likes her makeup like really natural, which looks really good on her. So it's just all about knowing yourself and kind of like what you want. Me personally, I'm not a natural makeup type of girl. I need my under eye like bright and tight. Sound like a rapper. So I just tap tap tap, and if you can see, like I'm kind of avoiding these areas like inner where I place the Lancome concealer because I want that to set a little bit more, but I don't have the time for that, so I'm just trying to do the best I can, honestly. Okay, this is also a very important part in like getting your under eye snatched. I use this essence, like just regular essence powder. It's a brighten up banana powder, and it's like imhlope, but I kind of just use this as like my base for my loose powder, and I just press that in. Kind of like dries up the oils. I can't believe this powder is from Essence. Yes, the way it's really just elevated my makeup game. I mean, yes, it's good to like use expensive products and be a high-end babe, but sometimes what you're looking for is in the drugstores. Then clicks and discount before y'all drag me. Like, social media is not a real place, yes, because that's where we start. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with this Kiehl's Scarlet Hill setting powder. If you missed out on my collection, mine's nice, because one thing about these powder puffs, they eat this part, because that's what's really gonna lift your eye. Yeah, I usually just do like my under eye and keep it moving, keep it pushing. I still kind of go in with this powder again, but with the brush this time, and I just yes. Hey guys, my makeup is done. I'm ready for church. I wanted to show you guys this before I leave because I want to wear it. I've worn it like once before, twice, a couple of times, but I did want to show you guys my new Van Cleef period dolls and just do like a little bit of an unboxing on YouTube. This is the bag that it comes in, cute little baggy bag, and the lady was so sweet. She gave me this coffee table book, and she's like, oh, if you want to know a little bit more about the brand. Kind of told her I was a YouTuber because I was like vlogging the whole time, and she was like, oh no, you know, get this, you can keep this, like a little book. I'm just gonna put it on my coffee table, and I thought that was really, really cool. And then in the bag comes obviously the Van Cleef, the box. That's what it looks like. Comes in a little ribbon, I don't know why the lights is doing that, but ribbon wrapped box. And then I think this is like a travel pouch or packaging thing for it. Perhaps if you don't want to keep it on the box all the time, that's what that looks like. And then you have some documents like the certificates, just to kind of show that it's like, it's real shit, it's authentic. I've never actually opened this. Like a serial number and stuff on there, and then it's got care services available. That's what that looks like. A little booklet just in case you've always wondered. And then in here, movula, upuma, like a little thing to kind of like store it, and this is where you just rest it and put it away. And then moments of truth. Let's unbox together. Yes, get out of here. Okay, and then the box, you just lift it out, and then it's kind of got like this pop open thing, which kind of makes it like really easy to open, and you just like slide it out. Are y'all ready? Are you ready though? Okay, that's what that looks like. It's like this nice velvet suede, you know. And moment of truth. Okay, I don't know why I'm making those sounds, but yeah, she is so beautiful. I love her down. I feel like if I was gonna get a second Van Cleef, I was always gonna get this one. This one my ex got for me, and I really love it because I can kind of like wear it all the time. But this one is a bit more of a precious stone, and the lady was just like, you know, just be careful, because I know with this one you probably don't take it off as often just because you can. It's not as like sensitive, but this one is kind of like you need to not wear it all the time. So I think also just like buying it for myself made me like, yo, Sana, it's too much money to be wearing every day. So I don't actually wear my bracelets at all anymore, because I'm just like, what's my business, honestly? Like, I work in a studio, like there's so much going on all the time. And yeah, but this is what it looks like. It's got like 5 what are these things called, like these clovers? Yeah, it's so pretty. I like a little bit of a stack, you know. I love like a double Van Cleef, like I love a little double Van Cleef, and I love my combination as well, just the white and the maroon. I used to have such a hard time putting this on, but I've kind of just gotten like better at it over the months, and that's what that looks like. I usually have like a tennis bracelet on this arm and like my LV bracelet, but you know what, I got a burn last week. I got burnt last week, so I kind of just want to cover that up with just my Apple Watch, and just practical. Like I love having my Apple Watch on, never miss notifications, always have like everything going on. So I'm just gonna do the double Van Cleef and my Apple Watch, and then I'm gonna get dressed and we're gonna go to church. Okay, bye. Play Anime by Summer Walker. Just giving level Sissy love. Hey, when I was young, I used to love them ladies. And I just reached church with my children. Shout out to my vlog kiddies.
Not my children.
My kids, these are my kids, you know. We just got to church. I said, come. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. See ya. Okay, we just got here.
The best days are still ahead. You've got great things for our church. You've got great things for us on mission.
So I just got to Chanel. I am looking for a birthday present for my friend. It's her birthday dinner today, and I'm just trying to see if I can get her a cute perfume. She loves perfume. This is my absolute Chanel favorite. This is my absolute favorite Chanel fragrance, because she's cute though. I didn't know they had them in this size. This is kind of like the original. This is my favorite perfume, and like it's kind of like my everyday perfume. And I have like a smaller size for maybe a handbag or something. I'm just gonna put this on for you. Hi, Nene Jules. Tell me that doesn't look good. It looks cute, right? Just woke up from a Sunday nap. Yo, I'm so tired. I had some food and came back home. I ended up getting Nova's gift. I'm not sure if I was vlogging. I was, but I'm not sure if it was good enough, because my camera was just so shady. I actually also got her flowers as well, so I'm kind of like gonna see if I can piece them together really nicely in a cute way.
Your heart, keep it in your pocket for safekeeping. Don't ever let nobody sometimes I fall. Sometimes you fall. Precious cargo, be careful with my heart, oh. Say I'm not sensitive, but I can sense if it's right for me. Don't let your hair get in the way. Can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try really hard, but sometimes you fall.
I hate being late. And nobody's always on time. Yo, Sana. Cheers, boo.
Sometimes you fall.
Hi, Kitty. You're so beautiful.
You really tried to protect it. I know that you really tried, but you didn't get it. Sometimes you fall.
I just really recognize like Sunday is a day for rest, you know, and I needed the rest, so kind of just like rested a little bit too much and kind of got carried away with that and forgot about the vlog. But dinner was amazing. I went to dinner with my friend. It was for her birthday dinner. Her birthday was on the 14th, and honestly, like, I feel like, you know, sometimes things happen just for a reason. My friend is someone that I met last year, and when I met her, like, I was just like kind of in a bit of limbo a little bit, like kind of knew what I wanted to do, couldn't really decide, didn't really know knew who I was, but kind of just like had many ideas, you know, wasn't really sure and certain. And if there's one thing that she has kind of like taught me, one thing I keep saying to her over and over again, like, she has taught me so much grace just for myself. Afforded, like, you don't need to do anything in order to feel deserving of anything, you know. So that's something that I've applied a lot, even in just like relationships with other people, and like in a lot of areas of my life, you know. I've always just felt like I needed to like work kind of really hard in order to get to like, or in order to deserve or be afforded a certain result. And she's kind of like, no babe, like, you can just not, you know. She is I always say this to her, like, you're literally on love personified. Like, she is, it was no mistake that she was born on Valentine's Day, because she is such a ball of just love, and she's sensitive, and she's sweet, and she's soft, and she's cute, and I love her so much. Like, I love who I am when I'm with her, and I think that's such an important thing for me, especially like, you know, just kind of like re-entering my dating era. Like, just being aware and noticing like who I am around certain people, and if it is in line with like the woman that I'm becoming and the woman that I want to be. I think I said a couple of vlogs ago that this year I really just want to intentionally like meet that woman like halfway, because I feel like we're gonna keep wishing and keep wanting and keep feeling, you know, not valid, I can't do this yet, I can't, you know, like this year for me is the year where I do it, because honestly, I'm kind of tired. Like, I'm tired of feeling like I'm never ready. I'm tired of treating myself like a work in progress. I feel like, yes, I'm still a work in progress, but I can't discredit the fact that I've come really far. I can't take away from myself that I have really, really worked hard. And, you know, I just feel a lot more confidence openly speaking about these things, openly speaking about, you know, God's word. That's something that never used to make me, I never used to be confident doing, just because I felt like, people say go by me now, say go mom for this, you know. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you know what, well, reading God's word and kind of like understanding it and it hitting you, it makes it really hard not to share, because it's just like, I need to get this off my chest. And I'm kind of just like wanting to be in the business of serving God and, you know, giving to others, serving others as well, because I feel like I've got so much to share, so much that I want to share. And I just really wish sometimes that God would kind of just like humble me. I feel like I need to really get over myself sometimes, because I just feel like I'm so in my head and I think so much of myself, and I just wish that God would kind of just, you know, break down my walls and really humble me, and like so that he can use me, because wow, less of me, Sana. Honestly, who am I? You know, I was just like thinking about, you know, obviously the conversations that we had at church, and I was like reaching for my journal because I wrote down some notes, but I couldn't find my journal, and then I remembered that it's in the car. So as I was walking down the car, I was just like kind of like thinking about like, oh my gosh, I'm the type of person, once I get into my apartment, I'm not going down for anything or anyone, because I'm so lazy. I know it's bad, but I just would rather not, you know. And for me in that moment, I was just like, come hell or high waters, I need to read that again, I need to hear that again, you know. So I kind of made my way to the car, and I was just thinking to myself like how amazing it is to be in a relationship with God. Like I wish everyone would experience that for themselves, because I'm sitting here right now and you're probably listening to this and being like, wow, you know, like that's so nice. But it's one of those things that you kind of have to experience for yourself in order to like really recognize that it's a lot sweeter than I ever said it was. Because as much as I may share my story and I may share my testimony and like little testimonies here and there, but until you experience it for yourself, you can't learn that it's not even in the big things. Like it's in just like the little things, it's in the peace, it's in just like the joy, you know. Like I feel like I'm living such a high quality of life since kind of, you know, re-pursuing and like, you know, trying to re-find my way in Christ. My life has been good for the most part, but now it feels like it's rich, like it's, you know, because it's that good. Like it's just the level of peace, the level of just calm is just amazing. Like I'm someone that suffered a lot with like anxiety and stuff, and now I kind of just think about it as like something that happened so long ago. I'm just like, oh my god, where are my anxiety meds? Like I just don't worry anymore, like, you know. And it's just so nice to be in that space, knowing that no matter what happens, you're kind of just like cool, you know, like everything is kind of like consistent. And that consistency for me brings about like a lot of peace in my life, because I'm someone that's like also just very temperamental. Like I'm up and down, I'm emotional, and you know, kind of putting God like over that kind of just balances everything out. And I kind of realized that, you know, I don't need to be so impulsive and act so much on emotion. I can just kind of be still, and it just balances me out like really, really well. So what I've learned with being in relationship with God, and I'm so sorry to anyone that's not here for a sermon, it's not a sermon, but the woman that I'm becoming wants to speak about God's word. Like I want to share it, I want to tell people about it, I want to motivate people. I've got such a big platform, and you know what better way to give back to God and, you know, do God's work than to kind of just like share about it. And this is just not even about that, it's just about how it makes me feel and how much I want that for like everyone else around me. So if you're with it, like stay tuned, but if you're not, I'm so sorry. Like I hope you enjoyed the vlog, you know. I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, you always say this, and how do you even get started? Where do you start? And you know, like I feel like relationship and just like the journey with Christ has become something that's so intimidating. People are so intimidated to start. They feel unworthy. They feel like, oh my gosh, who am I? And the first thing, really, really, like I keep saying, like you need to get over yourself. There's nothing a little you can do to offend a big God, like in that way where he feels like, I'm done with this person. Like you are merely just a speck in this tiny, tiny universe. And in as much as like, you know, God has these plans for your life, but your life is so much bigger than like what you see, you know. So you really need to kind of just step away sometimes and just be like, hey, okay, you know, but like how do we get into this? So we are kind of like, you know, fighting against this overconsumption and wanting to buy, and I'm kind of like in the same space. But I have to recommend this book by Joyce Meyer, and it's called Battlefield of the Mind. It's actually in my office. It's called Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. And for me, I look at it as just kind of like a resource, you know, like it's not the main thing, but knowing that I can pick up that book and kind of just like it can open up a certain place in my heart or in my mind and just change my thought process. But also just in that book she speaks about like recognizing how everything kind of just happens in your mind, and you need to just start there, like start by transforming your mind, because that's where the devil kind of like, that's the only place that the devil has room to attack, just being stuck in ways, traumas, ways of thinking, cycles, you know, like that's everything that's happening is happening in your mind, and you kind of need to just like get out of there sometimes. And yeah, so I do recommend that book if you are looking kind of just for guidance, or maybe just like want to improve your journey with Christ. Then yeah, I do recommend that book. I'm so excited for this brand new week. So many things are happening. Don't know if I'm going to be vlogging, don't know if I want to talk about it, but I am really excited for this new week, and I can't wait to see what happens and how it unfolds. Really hope you enjoyed this video, and that you give this video a huge thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next video.